I'm sure you've heard the story. 27 deaths, including a total of 20 children, were cold-blooded murdered by a gunman who just pulled out guns and started slaughtering innocent people. And rather than make a video talking about the story, which is practically on every news station out there, I want to focus on something that really just pissed me off. First of all, the insensitivity of news stations like ABC, CNN, and of course Fox News. I don't know how many people are subscribed to ABC News here on YouTube, but they removed all of their videos. Because, you know, the first thing I noticed about ABC is that they got a camera, right? And they got a camera and they went up to these second, third graders, and they're asking these little kids, what was it like hearing the gunshots? Were you scared when you heard the gunshots? What did you do when you heard the gunshots? And I'm thinking to myself, really? Really, is that what the news hasn't been, for the most part, giving us information about the story. There's still so much stuff that hasn't been talked about or even revealed yet. Yet, news stations like Fox News and ABC News, which ABC News removed all of their videos on their channel on YouTube, and I watched it, and I wasn't able to download it in time, but they're seriously interviewing, they're looking for young second graders and third graders to interview and ask them ridiculous, insensitive, stupid questions. And I don't really care. I realize everything exploits everything here, especially with the news, but to use young children as your exploitation means, now that I do have a problem with. Especially when innocent lives of young children were taken, and the first thing you do is you jump on children and ask them, what was it like hearing the gunshots? I mean, really? Is that what a young child needs after something traumatic like that has happened? Is the news shoving a camera in their face and saying, how did it sound? No, it amazes me at the level of the news that it will go in order to gain viewership on their stupid news. That's why I don't even watch the news. But to me, it's just sickening at the morality that these people, the news stations, have to grab these young children and interview them like that. I have a problem with that sort of exploitation, specifically of children, and I get very defensive of children. And the story of course, made me angry at the fact. But you know what's also on the same note? What really annoys me is all the political activists saying, we're now arguing about gun policy again. Why is it that we never argue or talk about gun policy before an event, but when something traumatic happens like this, oh my gosh, guns are the reason people kill people? Well, I don't know if you know this, but people kill people without the use of guns, and if you don't believe me, just in China today, the same day that the shooting happened, in China, a man hurt and stabbed 22 children, linked down below in the description, with a knife. So he didn't use a gun in order to stab and hurt young children. He used a simple knife. People, it is not an issue of gun policy, I don't think, in my personal opinion. Rather, if people want to get an assault rifle, whether guns are illegal or not, they're gonna find a way, they're gonna grab those guns, and they're gonna kill people, whether it's legal or not. And for the people who say that if you ban all the guns, all of this will stop, you're a moron. You're an idiot if you actually think that. Because it's like, well, if we make guns illegal, then that means bad people are not going to buy those guns. Logic? Think about that. That doesn't make any sense. But I want to say one more thing. And this really shows you the priorities of America. And these are screenshots from Twitter from little people who seem to think that Ellen or Justin Bieber are more important than the story that's going on. I'm trying to watch Justin Bieber on Ellen, but no, somebody had to shoot people today and be on the breaking news and cancel her show. I am not a fan. Ugh, this stupid shooting is all over the news and cutting into my Ellen and Justin Bieber. I'm so mad. It's the news report cuts into Ellen. I'm done. This fucking shooting better not run into Ellen's show. I just want to watch Ellen, not the shooting coverage. Okay, this story is sad, but please put on Ellen and Justin Bieber. Are you freaking serious? Is this the priorities that America has went down? That these young, stupid Bieber fevers and people who watch Ellen, I watch Ellen, and Ellen canceled her show because of the story. And the fact that these insensitive little brats can take up priority over saying that screw the shooting, screw the family, screw all of them. I care more about my Justin Bieber and Ellen show. Shows you how corrupted and depraved and the priorities of Americans these days, specifically young teens. It's just, it flabbergasts me that this is the true priorities of teens is Justin Bieber and Ellen rather than. And you know what, we're also in the stage that let's not focus on the issue of what happened to the families of the story, but let's focus on gun policy, because that's what we need to be debating right now, is gun policy. Not showing support for the families or reaching out to help the families, but it's all about gun policy now, simply because of this event. It amazes me, it's like the whole Coney 2012. Remember when Coney 2012 came out, and everybody was like on the activist thing, and then something bad happened, everybody thinks that they're a political activist now, and they're somehow contributing to Coney 2012? You're not an activist just because you get motivated or influenced. You're not a gun, You're not against guns simply because this story happened to happen. I mean, the people's logic and reasoning behind stuff like this is absurd. If you want to debate gun policy, that's fine. But really, to debate it now simply because people are being shot and killed and innocent, it's just, I don't know even what else to say besides that this video really, I think, shows the corruption and priorities of America. You have the stupid TV news stations which are exploiting the young children saying, how did it sound to hear your friend shot in the face or whatever? I'm exaggerating that example, but it's just, I'm done. Like, I don't even want to talk about the story because it makes me sad, upset, and there's nothing for me to say about it besides the corruption of the news stations and America's priorities. That's all I have to say.